As a winger, one of my responsibilities is to serve the strikers and put the ball in areas for them to score, to get more confidence, because that's what we are here to serve the strikers.
Guys, comment Kudus, Kudus, Kudus. Use one word to describe Mohammed Kudus' performance today against Burnley. I want to know that one word. For me, it would be sensational. Kudus was so good and he's not being credited enough. I know people are talking about him, but he's not being credited enough. He's not being hyped enough. If Kudus was from an European country, like everyone will be talking about him. Imagine Kudus from Brazil. He would have been called Kudusdino, and everybody will be calling him Kudusdino, Kudusdino. But because he's from Ghana, Africa, it's like when he performs even well, people just talk about it soon and they let it die down. But not here. Comment Kudus. Look at the way he played. This is his first game for Tottenham Hotspur in the EPL. Then he provided 2 assists. 2 assists that led to 2 incredibly beautiful goals by richarlison. At this point, I think Kudus and richarlison, they're match made in heaven. They understand themselves. You would think they knew themselves from another club before signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Every single time Mohammed Kudus has that ball and he raises his head, he only sees richarlison. I think he could have gotten about 2, 3, 4, 5 assists in that game if every single person that had Mohammed Kudus ball in the 18-yard board converted it. Kudus was just incredible. Guys, comment Kudus. Today, do you know what he was doing? He was cooking. Kudus was cooking. He was cooking every single person in that ability. They couldn't stop him. Dribbles, he was there. Every single thing, he was there. Set pieces, he was there. He was cooking. He was cooking. You want to joke with someone who eats Kivo Gari? Do you know the amount of Kivo Gari Mohammed Kudus has eaten? You want to joke with him? Don't joke. Comment Kudus.
Mo, that was a really special start to life here in N17 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How did you find it out there?
Really, really nice. The reception from the fans, the support has been incredible. But I'm happy with the whole team for the 3 points and a clean sheet.
You are someone that excites the crowd. You get people on their feet. When you are in those 1v1 situations, do you feel the electricity in the stadium when you run at a player?
Yeah, I really get the boost and the encouragement, even though it's part of my DNA and my game to be in positions like this, but also with the help of the team, because they need to get the ball and get me higher up in those positions. But yeah, definitely the energy from the fans also bring the boost, even though that's what I love to do, take players on and then try to create and help the team win. And I'm glad that richarlison was able to finish them off today with 2 beautiful goals.
Mo, talks about the goals. I mean, the first one you get to the byline, but it's when we watch the replays, Richie just sort of stops. So I don't know, do you see him do that and actually angle it, or are you just putting it in an area? How does that? And the second one, obviously, you just stand it up to the far post.
Yeah,
and he bangs it.
With a back 5, I think they have a very low line, so definitely there's more space around the edge of the box. So today, when I get back, that's why I'm trying to put the ball. The second one, I don't think is a perfect cross, but his finish made it look so good. But
it was a perfect cross.
Yeah,
he finishes it. It's in the right position.
Yeah, we try to build a connection between us two. As a winger, one of my responsibilities is to serve the strikers and put the ball in areas for them to score, to get more confidence. Because that's why we are here to serve the strikers.
He was so good in the game, and I'm going to say this: when he made his official debut for Tottenham Hotspur against PSG in the Super Cup, we also how he performed. And I'm like, first impressions do what matter. Now, in his first game for Tottenham Hotspur in the EPL, he impressed again. Look, this is not a first impression. This is second impression. And it's so good, even more than the first one. Because the first one, it was okay. Kudus was the hood. But this time around, he impacted the results. They won by 3-0 against Burnley. Yes, this is a good start for Tottenham Hotspur, and this is also a good start for Thomas Frank. I told you guys that Kudus is the key, but you guys did not understand it when I told you guys that Kudus is the one who's going to unlock Thomas Frank's system. If I don't sing, I'll cry. Kudus is the key. Kudus is the key. Kudus is the master. Mohammed Kudus. Me say, Obinyanimyo, Sedayana Miswa, Obinyanimyo, Sedaya, Obinyanimyo, Mr. Dayasu. What? Mohammed Kudus. Look at the way he played today. And I want to really buttress on certain things that happened in the game. Very obviously, they're newly promoted side to the English Premier League. Obviously, on paper, Tottenham, player for player, they edge way above Burnley. So that's the honest truth. So on paper, automatically, you are going to predict Tottenham to win this game. This is a team that went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in Europe some few days ago. So this is a team that have the motivation to win their first game in front of their home fans. So for me, I think they had a lot of motivation going into this game, and it was also against Burnley, a newly promoted side. But the fact that they handled that game very well, dominated the game from start to finish. It was only certain aspect of the game where they were falling short. But from start to finish, it looked like a proper Tottenham team. And once again, they changed the formation. They were playing the 4-back system. But against PSG, they played the 3-back system. That only tells you the coach knows what he's doing. Technically, he's very good. But he's also human, so he can also make mistakes. But looking at how the game panned out and how the game was played and how the goals were scored and how the chances were created, two players stood out for me, Richarlison and Mohammed Kudus. They played extremely well. Now, I want to focus a bit on Mohammed Kudus because Richarlison, I'm not going to lie, he did extremely well, but then it is our player. Richarlison is going to get all the praise for that beautiful scissor kick and everything he scored against Burnley. But people might not talk about Kudus the way we Africans are going to talk about him. So once again, I need you to comment Kudus. Now let's talk about Kudus. One thing I noticed is that his set pieces have become extremely good. His set pieces have become extremely good. They are very smooth. And that alone is excellent. I was even arguing with someone when the game was going on that Kudus, his set pieces are excellent. Even in the national team, he needs to be considered as one of the set pieces takers because it can't be one person throughout. At least there should be different people taking the set pieces. Two, Kudus this time around, look at the chances he created that resulted in Richarlison's 2 goals. This is a player that created something out of nothing. Look at the first goal. He had to follow the ball, had to win back possession, the tenacity and also the audacity to be able to create something from that point, that angle, and give it to Richarlison is outrageous. So at this moment, I think Kudus, his understanding and confidence level in the APL is becoming huge. And currently, he's the fan favorite. That is not all. Today, Kudus showed another side of himself that, look, I can create, I can play set pieces, but also I can impact games. You notice the game, more of the balls were going to Kudus instead of Bernard Johnson, who was on the left wing. Kudus was the main source of opportunity for Tottenham Hotspur today. And he made sure every single time he was on the ball, it was pure joy. It was seeing Kudus do his own thing. And I'm like, oh, Kudus, what are you doing? You are cooking. Kudus, what are you doing? You are cooking. He's cooking. He cooked. Kudus cooked. He cooked today. Look. And I'm really excited about how he played. I think the future is bright. I think Tottenham still needs players. It's against Burnley, so we don't have to be too excited. I'm really excited, but I don't want to be too excited because then too much excitement gives you too much expectation for this players. Tottenham actually needs players because you could see within the cracks, Burnley themselves had some couple of chances, half chances here and there, and they could have easily scored a goal in that game bar. Because it's Burnley, they were not able to do that. If it was another team that have been in the EPL for quite some time now, Fulham, Brentford, they are going to really worry Tottenham Hotspur. But regardless of that fact, the coach needs to sit down, take the wins, take the strength, but then focus on the cracks and weaknesses of the Tottenham Hotspur team. They need Eze, seriously. They need a number 10. And once again, I'm saying this, if we cannot get a number 10, let Mohammed Kudus play there. Look, Kudus today, with the chances he's creating, only tells you what he would do if he's in that number 10 position. He can do a lot. Because I know they're on the verge of completing a deal for Eze, which is a very good addition. If Savino joins this team, they are going to be one of the most formidable teams in the English Premier League and also in Europe. So this is good for Tottenham. They're on the right path. They have started pretty well, and I'm really, really happy. I'm not going to lie to you. If you go on social media, everyone is talking about Richarlison, everyone is talking about Kudus, but no one tells the Kudus story like the way we do. Because the white man is not going to talk about Kudus every single day. And that is the honest truth. They are going to focus on their players. Oh, this player did this, that player did this. Because he's not called Kudus or Kudric. Someone who is from Croatia, Kudric. Or my friend Kudric, because he's not from there. No, you can't watch him Kakrani Ejai. But now that he's from Ghana, look, I'm not going to lie to you. Ghana is going to win the World Cup. Mark it. The reason why I'm saying this is yesterday, Sensational scored 2 goals against Liverpool. Today, Kudus, 2 assists. All these players are in one national team. They are in one. Look, Ghana, we have Galacticos, but we are playing with them. This, like joke, we have good players, but they play. If we are able to get our coaching right and our things right, the World Cup is winnable. Oh, we go win the World Cup. With Kudus, all things are possible. Mohammed Kudus, someone who said in his Kivo advert that he go score goals like he did dash points. What do you expect? If I say Kudus, say Eshishi, Kudus, Eshishi, Kudus, Eshishi, Kudus, Eshishi. Look, I'm really excited. I'm not going to hide my excitement for Mohammed Kudus because every single time he was on the ball, he was either dribbling so well or doing an extremely good job. Now, let's talk about some interesting statistics that Mohammed Kudus was able to garner for himself in that particular game very, very quickly. Now, for Mohammed Kudus, he becomes the first Tottenham Hotspur player to provide an assist on his debut for a very long time, and this is really, really good for the player, and I'm excited that everyone is talking about it. Now, the statistics says that Mohammed Kudus becomes the first Tottenham Hotspur player to provide an assist to a goal in the English Premier League debut since 2017, which is quite excellent, which is quite good. Not only that, now, for the 3rd consecutive season in the English Premier League, Kudus has been involved in a goal or an assist against a newly promoted side. In the 2023-2024 season, he provided an assist against Luton Town. In the 2024-2025 season, he scored a goal against Ipswich Town. And now 2025-2026 season, he provided an assist or brace of assist against Burnley. Very excellent from Mohammed Kudus. 2 assists today. And not only that, he was rated over 8, and for the first time, I'm going to give it up to SofaScore because I always fight with them because of some of their ratings. But for the first time, I'm going to give it to them. They rated Mohammed Kudus 8.9. If you take a look at other statistics for Mohammed Kudus in numbers, he played 85 minutes in that game. He provided 2 assists. If you take a look at his expected assists, it is 0.58, which is more than half. So at least 1 assist in that game. Shot on target, 0. Shot of target, 2. Dribble attempts successful, 2 out of 3. Number of sprints in the game, 16. Total speed, 31.4 kilometers per second. Total touch in that game, 46. Accurate passes completed, 22 out of 24, accumulating to 92%. If you take a look at the key passes in that game, 5. As I said, Kudus could have at least gotten at least 5 assists in that game if every single person that had the ball in the penalty yard or the 18-yard was scoring a goal. So he had 5 key passes in the game. Long ball successful was 3 out of 4. Accurate passes, 5 out of 10. Ground balls won was 5 out of 7. And his rating is just 8.9, and I think he's the second highest rated player on the pitch aside from Richarlison, who scored 2 incredible and brilliant goals. I'm not disputing the fact Richarlison was good in that game. Kudus was also extremely good in that game. Those two, they're a match made in heaven. But then I'm going to say this. Tottenham needs players. Eze, Savino coming in is not enough. They need to sign at least 3 players to be able to compete both in the English Premier League and also in the UCL. But then, guys, I have been impressed with what I've seen so far. And don't forget to comment, Kudus, Japan.